All right, chat. I need your decision. Should we talk about gray muzzles or should we talk about high school pregnancy? First one I see is what we're going to talk about. High school pregnancy or gray muzzles? Gray. All right, gray it is. All right, so this is something that I came across in my Discord. Okay, I had a guy in my Discord coming up to me, and he's just like, hey Jik, you're old as fuck. And I'm just like, bro. I'm just like, bro, can you, no, come on, don't call me out like that. And he's just like, yeah, you're old as fuck. Yeah. Is there a future for gray muzzles in the fandom? Like, or are there gray muzzles around the fandom? I just can't find any. It's like, yeah, I don't feel like I belong anymore because like I'm over the age of 30 and all the rest of the furries are like 29 and younger. And they just don't feel like they belong. So the question to you, chat, is do gray muzzles, aka people over the age of 30, belong in the fandom? Or should they grow up from it? Yes, they belong. Of course, hobby's a hobby. Yep. See, this is what I told him. So guys, if you are a gray muzzle watching this thing, or if you guys are a young fur watching this thing, here's the thing. All you young furs that are young furs now, you will grow up. And when you grow up, hey, you're gonna still love this stuff because it's awesome. Like, you're gonna still love this stuff. And there should be no age limit on your enjoyment of this fandom, okay? And here's the secret. The gray muzzles, the 30-plussers, stuff like that in this fandom, we run this shit. You guys might be enjoying the party. You guys might be fluffing about. You might be coming to all the stuff. We run it though, okay? We're the ones that are setting up your conventions. We're the ones that are setting up your meets. We're the ones that have been laying the groundwork so that you guys can actually enjoy the fandom for years. Like, we're the ones running the parties that you just don't know about. Like, the gray muzzles have an entire section of this fandom that you just haven't experienced yet. You guys might be in your like drinking, partying, running around being little gremlins stage, but there's a whole stage to the fandom after you get past 30. Fucking men. Yeah, we run this shit. Yeah. Like, think of the older people in the fandom that you already know about. You guys got like Uncle Kage, stuff like that. Whatchamacallit, like almost every con chair is in their 40s plus. If everyone over the 30 couldn't be a furry, there would be serious lack of fursuit makers. Exactly! The majority of fursuit makers are above the age of 30. Like, whatchamacallit, my fursuit maker's over 30. I believe Made For You is over 30. Most fursuit makers are over the age of 30. A lot of the artists are in their 30s to 50s. Look at Jal. Jal is one of my Twitch mods. They make all my emotes and stuff like that. And they are in the market to date a 30-plus-year-old. They've played with the 22-year-olds. They played with the 20-year-olds. All those boys are way too immature for Jal. Jal wants a good 40-year-old boy to join her in her adventures from now on. So if there's any 40-year-olds in the chat, hit me up, and I'll get you in touch with a good old Jal. Jal's like, no, Jik, what are you doing? How dare? No. Excuse you. But like, here, I'll even be real. So like, I get hit up all the time to date people, stuff like that, because I'm currently single, stuff like that, and people that see me as currently single are just like, oh, Jik, oh, it'd be so wonderful if we could date. And I'm like, oh, how old are you? And they're like, oh, I'm 18. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no thank you. Like, no offense, you might be hot or you might not be hot, or like you might be mentally like more capable than normally, but you're 18 and I'm 30, and that's a little weird. Like, love don't judge, but like for me that's a little weird. And like, I find even when you hit into like the 22, 23 range, sometimes, and it depends on the person, sometimes they act like a 26-year-old and sometimes they act like a 13-year-old. And like, me personally, I would love to like meet and date people that are like 25 to like 33. That is like my play range. Yeah, Jal's the same thing. Jal is the same thing. Jal's in her like late 40s, and she's having to slap away these like 20-year-olds all the time, being like, no, I want a more mature man. Once again, I'm just fucking around. Del's not 40, but I love teasing her. What bothers me about gray muzzle term is that some people treat it as a derogatory term. Yeah, that's the thing. Here's the thing. If you self-identify as a gray muzzle, it's a compliment. And honestly, there's some good daddy energy that comes with the gray muzzle. There's some good like mommy energy that comes with claiming yourself as a gray muzzle. It's when you self-claim it, when it has power and it has like influence to you. But when it's used derogatory, like, he's such a gray muzzle, stay away from him. Ew, why is he here at the rave? Like, this is where we belong. Why is there a 40-year-old dancing at the rave? Oh, he's such a gray muzzle. Like, that shit, that's immature shit. That is some immature high school stuff. Cut it out. He's there because he's paved the way for you. When you attack a gray muzzles and they launches a counter strike. Here's the thing about the furry fandom, okay? And this is something I want all of you guys to remember. It is a small fandom. It is a very tight-knit fandom. If you are insulting a gray muzzle, you don't know who they know. You don't know what relationships they have. And it can come back to bite you in the ass. So be careful when you are seeing that sleeping dog, you're seeing that older first of that, and they're just being calm and chill and doing their own thing. If you poke that dog, don't bitch when it bites you. I'd assume gray muzzles think that there isn't a lot of them. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I actually ran into quite a few gray muzzles that don't think there's a lot of them, but that's because gray muzzles tend to are calmer. Okay, they're more adult, they're more professional. They've been around longer. They kind of like isolate themselves off to different places, so they don't think there's a lot of them, but there's actually a lot of them. I know just by my YouTube analytics that the majority of my audience is between 20 and 40, and the majority of the ones are between 25 and like 38. Okay, even though you think there'd be like a lot of kids, and even though you think there'd be like a lot of like 20-year-olds of that, the majority of the people who watch me are like in the 30s. So like I think there's a misconception that there's not as many gray muzzles as there is, because like a lot of the gray muzzles are the 90 kids now. The 90 kids that grew up with Disney's Robin Hood and all these classic Disney anamorphic like the Jungle Book and we grew up with classic Disney. The 90 kids are all the ones in the 30s right now. How did I forget about Lion King? Holy shit. Most of the fluffies that I know are in my 20s are still around now. You're in your 45. Exactly, Senjin. Exactly. They don't go away. They just ascend. We just ascend. We get moldier. We get moldy. Yeah, they just have their own little communities. Because here's the thing. The 20-year-old, the 15 to about the 25, they're high energy gremlins. And like the 30s to 45s were like lower energy, calmer, but more like, I'd say concentrated. The good word for what a gray muzzle is a concentrated furry. Gremlins are like squirting furries. They're just like furry, 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 furry. And well, gray muzzles are like furry. That's the difference between a gray muzzle and a young fur. Young furs just squirt furriness everywhere, and then older furs concentrate the furry. You don't understand how happy it makes me seeing you fluffy? Well, I like being fluffy, so I'm glad you like seeing me fluffy. Because I like being fluffy, and you like seeing me fluffy, so we are happy together. Hell yeah.